Hey everybody, thanks for clicking on this video. My name is David Pendleton. I just got done shooting my rookie final round on this account. This is going to be a walkthrough guide for the Paradise Island tournament. I feel you're going to find a lot of good shots in this, so if you're waiting till later tonight or if you're waiting till Sunday in order to play your final round on rookie, this is going to be a really good walkthrough with what clubs to use, what elevation to use, and the approach that I use. So, if you find this helpful, then please subscribe to the video. So we'll hop right in here. Of course, we're going to start on hole number 1. Now, hole number 1 on this tournament is a par 4. The drive is going to be at 20% elevation, and I recommend using a katana ball on this hole. Katana ball gives you good side spin, which I feel is important on this hole. Now, I overshot this one, so this isn't a very good replay to start with, but I overshot this hole a little bit. So don't use as much overpower as I did. But you're going to find a lot of good content for sure on holes 2 through 9. But you see here I adjust and I push back up to max. I just went with too much overpower on this shot. But I do like to give you the advice of using half of a ball of right curl. Just a little bit too much roll, but not a big deal. It was a very simple shot. In fact, I came very close to the eagle with the Nirvana out of the rough. But that's how I approach hole number 1. No reason to show shot number 2. Pretty simple, you get the idea on that one. Now, hole number 2 is, if you have a pen and paper, I can give you some notes on how to hit the hole-in-one on this one almost every single time. So the club that I suggest using is a backbone. And what you're going to do is you're going to start off by applying full backspin to the backbone. That's step number 1. Step number 2 is to get your ball guideline going right into the cup. Step number 3 is to apply left spin. So step 1, full backspin. Step 2, ball guideline directly into the cup. Step 3 is to apply left side spin. You're going to add 1/2 of a bar of left spin if the wind is 3 miles per hour or less. You're going to add 1 bar of left spin if the wind is 4 miles an hour. So like between 3.5 and 4 miles an hour. And then you're going to add 1.5 bars of left spin if you're anything over 4 miles an hour. So again, full backspin, aim to the cup, then apply your left spin. 3 to 3, so we'll just call it 3.5 and below, 1/2 of a bar left spin. 3.5 up to 4, 1 bar of left spin. Anything over 4, go ahead and use 1.5 bars of left spin. So you're going to see this in a real shot. So using a marlin ball, using 20% elevation, full backspin. Put the ball guideline to the hole. Get rid of the glitch. I adjusted my rings. It doesn't matter when you add the left spin. So I'm adding the left spin right now. So 4 miles an hour, I did 1 bar of left side spin. As always, the key is to hit the ball perfect.
Shot.
And you see we get a really good roll right into the cup.
Hole in one.
All right, so right into hole number 3. Hole number 3 is going to be a par 5. You've seen quite a few people actually struggle with the drive on this hole, but I can show you how to make the drive very consistent. I think it's this one is right. Yes. So what you're going to do is I use a Titan ball. I use 10% elevation. I go full top spin. and just, a little bit of right side spin. 2 bars, 1.5, 2 bars is fine. What you want to do is you want to move your target around until you have, your first bounce on this fairway, the second bounce is showing on the second fairway, and then you're hopping over the third bounce onto the third fairway. Adjust your rings and then just take a normal shot. As long as each bounce is going fairway to fairway to fairway, you don't have to overpower, you don't have to do anything tricky. You just want to make sure that on your drive, you got the first bounce on the first fairway, second bounce, second fairway, third bounce, third fairway. Adjust your rings at 10% elevation. Take a normal shot, no overpower. Shot number 2 is going to be played at a 20% elevation. So here is shot number 2, 20%. I'm using a sniper. I've seen a lot of people use a big dog, but that's why I chose to use a power 3 on this hole, so I could get more distance on my second shot. What I suggest is you see a lot of people rolling from left to right because that's what this green naturally does. So to counter that, I actually use left side spin on the ball, and I aim directly at the cup with the 20% elevation at max distance of your sniper. So it's really important to use that little bit of side spin, adjust your rings properly, and then of course hit perfect. Now for this one, I was pretty excited to get this drop. This is the hardest albatross of the 3 par 5s in the tournament, but you can see we had a really good ball guy line going directly into the cup. Side spin was crucial, and we were able to get a drop on that one. Hole number 4 is a par 3 that's played at 10% elevation, and I chose to use a katana so I could get just a little bit more distance to free up a little bit room on my adjustment with the sniper. And I'm going to show you what I mean on that one here. So I'm playing this one 10%. I'm playing this one max distance of my sniper with a katana. And it's going to be important on this hole because you're seeing a lot of people go right and fall short. It's going to be important to put your ball guideline through the pin. Don't stop it short. You want your ball guideline through the pin, about 1 green square. Adjust it 10%. Perfect shot. And you get a nice, good, steady roll into the cup.
Hole in one.
All right, hole 5 is a par 4. And on this hole, I suggest you bring your Hornet for the second shot because we're going to be doing a rough bump with a Hornet. I'm choosing a katana ball again. The drive is played at 10%. I'm going to the right side of the fairway, and I'm making sure that I leave enough room here on this small fairway to go from 1 bounce. My ball guideline shows a second bounce on the second fairway. Adjust it 10%, and then push your target back up to max. And I use overpower, just a slight bit of overpower here to get a little bit more distance on the drive.
Great shot.
The great right is not going to kill us. The ball's still going to come onto a nice roll onto the top of the fairway here, which is exactly what we're looking for. Now the second shot is a more technical shot when you're going for the Hornet rough bump. You're going to apply full right spin and a little bit of top spin until you get your ball guideline on the right side of the cup, because this roll is naturally falling from right to left. So you'll see here how I line this shot up. But again, I'm playing this one with full right spin to begin with. I'm playing at 0% elevation, and I'm playing mid-distance of my Hornet. I'm looking for my ball guide to go to the right side of the cup. Adjust with 0 elevation. For me, this was mid-distance of my Hornet.
Perfect shot.
We came in just a little bit too hot there. But this is a shot that I did drop twice,
Nice
actually,
on.
in the second round. But that's how you play that one. Hole 7, I don't have dialed in at all. As a matter of fact, I hate this hole. I'm really just playing for the very simple birdie on this one. So if you have a better way to play it, by all means go ahead. I'm just using the Goliath for the distance. I'm using 10% elevation. I'm using a Quasar ball simply for the side spin. I'm using 3/4 of a ball left curl.
Perfect shot.
And I'm just going for the very simple putt for birdie on this hole. I'm just taking it
Nice on.
and moving on to hole 8. Hole 8, you want to bring your Goliath with you because we're going to be using the Goliath on the second shot for another rough bump. I did get the drop on this one, and the second shot I'm playing at a massive elevation, and I'll explain that to you. But for this shot, we're doing 20%. You know, we're doing just a bar of backspin, a bar of right spin, adjust 20%, hit the ball normal, don't overpower, because you will roll down the hill into the sand, which you don't want.
Great
so just a
shot.
normal shot. The great right here, again, it's not going to kill us. There's a ton of fairway to work with. Now, this shot right here, again, make sure you have your Goliath. And I am playing this one at 50% elevation. I've been trying to dial this one in since the freaking qualifying rounds. I've used 40, 45%, even 30% at one point with a different club. But I found the Goliath at 50% elevation is what did the trick for me. I'm playing this one at mid-distance of my Goliath. So again, 50% with this type of drive is what finally worked for me.
Perfect shot.
Perfect shot, rough bump, get in the hole.
Eagle.
And then last but not least, we move on to hole 9, which is another par 5. The drive is going to be played at 10%. I'm choosing a Katana simply for the side spin because you're going to need to go full left side spin on this drive with about a bar or two of top spin. I want your ball guideline to be like right in the middle of the fairway. So you see I move this around till I get to the middle of the fairway. Adjust at 10% elevation. Take your shot with about, you know, a fourth of a ball of left curl. Hit it
Perfect
perfect.
shot.
It's going to come into a nice, good roll, you know, right onto the fairway, which leaves you for a straight shot for an albatross opportunity on this hole as well. Now, this hole, the second shot, is actually going to be played at 0% elevation. And I don't think I hit this perfect. I think I hit this great. But what you want to do is you want to use some top spin here. And you want to leave your ball guide just a little bit short of the hole, because you're still going to get, you know, a push from the wind. So, you know, I left it right there. Adjust with 0% elevation. Yeah, hit great right.
shot.
So unfortunately on the front 9 and the back 9, I did not hit the second shot perfect. You know, but you can see you get a good roll. Maybe
Nice
it's a little
on.
bit too fast there. You can leave it a little bit shorter, use a little bit less top spin. But hey, I hope you found this helpful, you know, especially on hole 2 for the hole-in-one opportunity, hole 4, another par 3 for the hole-in-one opportunity, and a couple really good rough bumps to pick up extra eagles. Good luck, everybody. If you found this helpful, please subscribe. I hope you guys kill your tournament.